Hello, APW fans. Jason Anderson alongside Marcus Mack, and we have quite the treat for you. APW 2001 King of Indies first round, American Dragon Bryan Danielson takes on Spanky Brian Kendrick.
Oh, and this is a hell of a contest, let me tell you. Jason, this match took place all the way back in 2001. It was the 2001 King of Indies tournament. 16 of the very finest wrestlers from all over the independent circuit were brought into one place, one promotion under one roof, right here in All Pro Wrestling. Not only that, but we had the legends of professional wrestling watching on in the audience. I'm talking about guys like The Destroyer, wrestlers, legends, WWE Hall of Famers like Nick Bockwinkel. It was amazing, man.
And here come the two participants to the ring. American Dragon already in the ring, and Spanky making his way to it with something you might not be used to seeing Spanky in his days in TNA right now. Wearing the crown, dancing, jiving. These guys are very different wrestlers than almost a decade ago.
It was almost a decade ago, but look at that flavor that Spanky's bringing with him to the ring. I like it a lot, man. Brian Kendrick, Spanky, a hell of an athlete, competed all over the world, Japan, TNA, WWE. He's world-renowned known, and as well as Bryan Danielson.
Now, Mark, see the referee going over the rules, going over the pat-downs. This match was not just huge for these two men, it was also huge for APW.
It was huge for APW. You talk about that man right there. That man is senior official at the time, Max Marquez, one of the original referees here in All Pro Wrestling, man who went on to train our senior official today, Tom Castor.
And here we go. Both wrestlers starting off the action. Oh, American Dragon. You know he likes to grapple, Marcus, so that'll probably what he's going to go after in this match. Spanky more the high flyer.
Yeah, but don't be shocked if you think that Spanky can't go out there and mat work either. Both of these guys, you know, they spent time here in All Pro Wrestling, a good amount of time here in All Pro Wrestling. American Dragon Bryan Danielson, he was a trainer, a head trainer here at APW, along with Robert Thompson for the better part of a year. And Brian Kendrick, this man paid a $500 deposit, if I know the story correctly, to become a part of the All Pro Wrestling Boot Camp. Both men ended up actually going to be trained under Shawn Michaels Wrestling Academy out there in Texas, but came back to All Pro Wrestling where they met again.
That's right, and during this tournament, both men lived with APW owner Roland Alexander for a span of 10 days under his roof. Can you imagine that? These two men and Roland under one roof?
Well, the story is Brian Kendrick, he lived with Roland Alexander for 10 days. Bryan Danielson, the American Dragon, he lived with Roland for almost a year, Jason.
Quite a long time. Both men, a lot of their careers started right here in APW, Marcus, as you pointed out. Being a trainer here in APW, that just speaks volumes about the talent of Bryan Danielson. I mean, because you just can't be a trainer here and be a slouch. You have to have a lot of talent, and we both know this man has talent.
Absolutely, but let's get back into this matchup here, Jason. This is a treat for all of you people out there who may not be familiar with how good these guys actually are.
A lot of catch-can wrestling going on right now. The fans and the crowd are applauding this action. Quality wrestling here. I mean, just look at these counters here.
Fireman's takedown by Brian Kendrick. Spanky, he has him in that headlock. Look at Bryan Danielson there, though. Look at the American Dragon. He looked like he had a handful of hair. I like it. He ain't so clean cut back in these days, is he?
Here we go, going for the reversal. Oh, nice heads-up move by the American Dragon there.
Yeah, that was a nice counter. But you know, I see a little bit of spite in this boy, a little bit of fire. I'm ready to see these two men go at each other and rip each other's hearts out. Let's see it happen right here in All Pro Wrestling Classics.
Spanky working that side headlock right now. Trying to trap the arm of the American Dragon with his legs. And Dragon working his way back up to the feet.
You know, a lot of the legends of professional wrestling were in attendance here tonight, Jason Anderson. I remember it very well. Seeing guys like The Destroyer, seeing guys like Nick Bockwinkel, I said earlier, all kinds of legends of professional wrestling. These are all members of the Cauliflower Alley Club. And fans out there, if you are not familiar with the Cauliflower Alley Club, it is a wonderful organization that helps give back to professional wrestlers and boxers of days past, those who paved the road for the wrestlers of today. And also, it's just a fun time. They do an event once a year in Las Vegas. It's a week-long event filled with all kinds of fun festivities. It usually happens around April, and anybody who is interested in professional wrestling should definitely be a part of this, whether you are a fan or a wrestler or somebody who's just involved in professional wrestling. It's a good time. For more information on the Cauliflower Alley Club, please visit caulifloweralleyclub.org.
Nice shoulder tackle there. You can just see the intensity in American Dragon's face throughout this entire match right now, Marcus. Very intense individual.
As is Bryan Spanky Kendrick. These two men, the American Dragon and Spanky, they are no strangers in here. Both men very young in their career, but both men spent a lot of time training in the professional ranks of professional wrestling together.
Referee checking the shoulders here. Cover? Nope.
One count only. You got him for two that time. If he holds him down a little longer, he could get him. Maybe if he plants one boot.
Oh, Spanky back up top. Flips Dragon over. Now he has the leverage.
He has him down. He has him down. If he can plant those shoulders down and maybe put those knees over his shoulders.
Spanky trying to utilize that leverage.
What he should do is come down with a knee right in the face of Bryan Danielson. I can guarantee you that would be lights out for one American Dragon.
Dragon doing a nice job of bridging there. Oh, and he counters.
Front face lock applied by Bryan Danielson. The American Dragon, senior official Max Marquez says no go.
Both men back up to the feet. Spanky was looking for that reverse hammerlock counter. Off the ropes now. Oh, Dragon misses. Ooh, nice arm drag there by Spanky. Another nice arm drag.
He needs to lock something in a little tighter than that if he's going to get him to submit. American Dragon, Bryan Danielson, is not a quitter. Neither is Spanky. This is a part of a tournament. I mean, to move on to the next round is crucial for both of these men in their careers and where they're going to be going in professional wrestling. This tournament is star-studded when it comes to today's professional wrestling, but back in these days, nobody knew any of these guys, Jason. Look at that. He almost had him right there.
Up. Dragon go for the wall. 1, 2. Spanky gets out of it. Nice arm drag there by Spanky. Dragon lifting that shoulder. And Marcus, you touched on it, the stars that went through these King of Indie tournaments back in the earlier part of the Tournament Millennium. Guys like Samoa Joe, AJ Styles, Doug Williams. I mean, as you said, unknowns at the time, but now big stars.
Oh, low key, the list goes on and on, baby. These guys were all stars in professional wrestling today. They were part of APW long before there was anybody else booking all these guys together. He almost had him right there. Come on, Bryan. Kendrick, let's see it, Spanky. You got this one in the bag, baby.
American Dragon taking his time outside the ring. And the fans are loving this action still.
Fans very appreciative of everything that's going on. American Dragon taking a breather on the outside. Referee Max Marquez backing Bryan Kendrick up.